Finally, the thing is legalized. I can guess how happy you are. Yes. So the Narcotics Control Commission Amendment Bill 2023 has been passed by Parliament finally. And see, over the week, Parliament passed the bill. Yes, the Narcotics Control Commission. Oh, I attended to the re-bill. I mean, but what can we were bonting and how can we that Parliament and I say Interior Minister Kotia and Shana Wabasen. So one summer just say Narcotics Control Commission bill with the amendment in 2023 in the car baby. Over the week, Parliament discussed and passed it, and there have been mixed feelings in town. Yes, some are happy, some are not so happy. Now, as to why those who are not so happy are the way they are, no, it's some way. There are restrictions as to who can have access to this thing, how they can have access to it, and even when. Yes, into accessory, but nonetheless, at least there is a legalization. It's a starting point. So, so at least there is hope. Now, I want you to watch the video quickly.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I move that the Narcotics Control Commission Amendment Bill 2023 be now read a third time.
The question is that those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
An act to amend the Narcotics Control Commission Act 2022 at 1019 to insert Section 43 to empower the minister to grant a license for the cultivation of cannabis, which has not more than 0.3% THC content on dry weight basis for industrial purposes, for obtaining fiber or seed, or for medicinal purposes.
Honorable members, the Narcotics Control Commission Amendment Bill 2023 is deemed read the third time and passed.
Yo, then courts rise, assemblity. Yes. So thankfully, should I say thankfully or gracefully? Cannabis has been partially legalized. Yes, there is a volume that you can use in the country, even when you have the license. And the only person who is mandated to give the license is the Interior Minister. Honorable Ambrose Derry. He's also the MP for Nandom municipality in the Upper West region. So those in the Upper West region, I don't know if you have an upper hand anyway, because your MP has the final say when it comes to growing weed in this country. Yes, so on a pet, permission that you should go ahead and grow the cannabis. I'm sure you have to apply for a license, because you can't just be walking around and giving people license. Hey, oh, you look like you can plant weed, so go. No, you have to apply it. And I'm sure when you are applying, you should add your reasons. And to those of us who are celebrating, those of us who are celebrating overly, no, let's be careful. Now, Sasina Okoto is already basic dying. Men you are say who could be a read a residential area. They won't allow you. Yes. It's a story from Ghana where I want to read excerpts from their story, okay, on this legalization thing. They asked the question, does the new bill mean citizens can plant, use, and smoke weed? The passage of the Narcotics Commission Amendment Bill 2023 by Parliament has been met with great joy and applause by many, as they think the new law is a green light for domestic use of cannabis and it legitimizes the smoking of weed. Unfortunately, it is not so. The bill only allows the Interior Minister to grant licenses and regulate the use of certain types of cannabis. Those with a THC content not exceeding 0.3% on a dry weight basis to be used for industrial purposes to obtain fiber or seed for medicinal use. The bill prohibits all persons, including license holders, from cultivating cannabis for recreational purposes. And you know, the THC content 0.3%. It looks so baby in my head. Those of you who know the levels of the weed. High grade for no, low grade for no. You know what I'm talking about. Please help me in the comment section. Help us understand what the percentage means and what's the content, the THC content or basic dry, whatever means. Okay, meet you or comment section. Now let's continue. They went ahead to ask, what happens to persons apprehended for using drugs? Yes. The new law has converted the prison term for drug possession for personal use into a fine of 200 to 500 penalty units, translating to 2,400 to 6,000 cedis. It means that instead of sending people to prison for up to 10 years for simple possession of drugs for personal use, they will offer alternatives to incarceration. That is to say, no, Louisiana, you're losing the grip of repossession and reusage in the country. Yes. The first na yet wanna say obi ko di hu konsa keke say you have weed in your possession, who for them straight. At least 10 years, they've cancelled it. Now you will be required to pay a fine. 200 to 500 penalty units, or equivalent to 2,400 cedis to 6,000 cedis. And to say adeke tuano. For them 10 years, they are saying that now you are going to pay an amount of money. So see, there are some questions in my mind. But before I ask those questions, I know you also have those questions in your mind. Let me hear from you in the comment section. But before I ask my questions, let's watch what the Honorable Speaker of Parliament had to say personally concerning this bill.
Canada uses it a lot to generate revenue. And we had a lot of businessmen who wanted to invest in Ghana. Because this one is legal, it will be controlled. And so it's only used for pharmaceuticals. And you earn a lot of revenue. So there are many ways of raising revenue, not e-levy. We tried to get him to this saying he will not understand. He had some passion for it. And finally, we lost. And this led us to all this. We're looking outside more than inside. But no country, nobody develops from looking outside. As individual, if you don't put in your own effort, and you think that others will borrow you money to develop, you are deceiving yourself. You become a slave in their hands. It's the same for the nation. And so we have to look within Ghana. So all those laws we passed and all the decisions that we gave were to solve problems in the interest of the people.
Am I the only person who paid attention to it is better than e-levy? So I mean, if it is not just me, let me feel you in the comment section, okay? Seriously, if e-levy wasn't as important as passing this bill to grow productively, why did it wait? Where was it? What was it doing? What were they thinking about? Why? Somebody should help me answer my question. Okay. And remember I told you I had some questions to ask. When you come home, where you ask a meditation from what speaker said. Now my question is, those who are already serving jail terms because of possessions of this weed, are their cases going to be recalled? Are they going to hear them again? Are they going to be released to find them or refine them? What is going to happen to those people? Just for the possessions, yes. Say what say me will be, and I say when you approve this, me will be no kwano. Me for them 10 years. Now there's been some changes in the law or the bill. What happens to me? Please, we want to hear from you. Parliament and the judicial service, the custodians of the law. We want to hear from you. And please, if you have any idea, let's hear from you also in the comment section. And then secondly, recently we heard a news that Papabi Odia Reed and was shielded the whole weed farm, and then he's been sentenced to prison. He was actually fined, but because he couldn't pay, and also then what happens to him too? Nasa Seno, what happens? Are they going to refund his money to him so they give him license to reproduce, to plant again, or what? I want to know what will happen to those who are already serving terms or punishments because of this weed or in connection to cannabis. Please help me, okay? Help us propagate the news. We all need to learn so we don't repeat cycles. This is how I wrap up on Gospel Gossip. My name is Abuna Mandi. Shout outs to SM behind the camera. Shout outs to History, my producer. See you again another time.